a whole girlfriend trying to take me out and it's broke. Like, this is, maybe that's why he's broke, because he spent all the money on a girlfriend and ain't got no money for me. What's up, it's your girl Salasia, aka Say Saint, and I'm in the mother loving building. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today is going to be another story time. I see you guys fucking with my story time, so I'm gonna keep it coming. Honestly, I can name this story time any kind of way, but the moral of the story was he was broke. So without further ado, let's get into it. This honestly happened last year. This is when I just moved to Houston, and I recently had got out of a relationship, so I was ready to date. Like, I just moved to Houston, I was ready to date around, and I met this guy on a dating app. He caught my attention because when we matched, he messaged me saying something like, let me know when you're ready to go out on some dates or something. And anytime a man brings up dates, you're automatically gonna get my attention, because I feel like most dudes always say, let's link, let's kick it, let's smoke. Do you smoke? You trying to hook up? So those are all the things I'm not interested in. I don't smoke, I don't link up with men, I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm looking to date. I was looking to date and go out on dates, and I just moved to Houston, so I was really trying to find someone that could show me around, so I could explore Houston more. We started messaging on the app for a little bit. Like, it wasn't like deep conversation, but it was enough. So he basically asked me out on a date, so you know, I gave him my number. And he wasn't much of a texter, so I don't remember if it was like the day before our date or the day of, but like, he calls me, I think he calls me like late night, and I did not answer because I don't answer my phone at a certain time. Like, what's the only thing dudes is looking for? I'm not gonna be no booty call. So I think he called me the day of, and I was like, hey, you call me? He was like, oh yeah. When we were messaging, before I gave him my number, we were gonna do like mini golf. There's a lot of mini golf places here in Houston, which is surprising. You would never think there would be a lot of mini golf places, but there's a lot of mini golf places. We were supposed to do that. So he calls me and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I know we were planning on doing like mini golf, but like, you know, he like insinuated something was going on with his money, to where like we would have to like either wait until next week to do it, or he was like, we can go to this little concert and we can do a picnic. Let me just stop right there. That was honestly like the first red flag. There's a lot of red flags in story time, but the first red flag I noticed was, why would you tell me we're gonna do this for our date and switch it up because you ain't got the money? But I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, because, you know, I'm understanding, like, you know, paycheck might have not hit that week, or you might have had extra bills you had to pay this week, or whatever the situation was. So I was trying to be understanding, and you know, I thought it was creative. Like, I never really had like a picnic date or whatever, and it was a concert, so I was like, okay, cool. So he was like, is that okay? Like, no, like, do you want, I can change it. I was like, no, that's fine. And honestly, you guys, like I said, I had just moved to Houston. This was like a few weeks after my parents had left, and all I really was doing was like putting everything away, going grocery shopping, and I was honestly like ready to get out and do something. So originally, when we planned to go to mini golfing, like, he insinuated, he was like, oh, do you want to meet, or like, how do you want to like do it? The men in Houston, like, they spend money. Like, they spend money, and they're not afraid to spend money. So I mean, it would honestly make sense for us to meet the first date, but at that time I was really trying to fill out the dudes out there and see how they like date women. So when I was talking with my friend, she was like, girl, tell that man to send a car. Like send a car. Like, we not doing none of that. So I told him, I was like, I said something like, oh, well, you can send me a car, or you can come and get me, or something. I had something like that. He was like, I'll come and get you. Basically, he did not want us in a car, child. So honestly, I don't know what I was thinking, but having a dude you don't know but like come and get you the first link isn't that smart. But at this point, I've only been on Houston roads like a few times, and I really wasn't that comfortable like driving. Like I was comfortable driving to the grocery store in maybe like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes out. Anything past 20 minutes out, like more towards downtown Houston, I was not driving. And that's where like originally we were going to, like, that's how far it originally was going to be for the mini golfing place when we had originally planned to go there. So from there, like, he just knew to just pick me up whether we switched it, and I'm glad he did, because the place we went to was still downtown. He pulls up, he comes to get me. So I'm walking to the car. My first impression of him was, this dude looks like Blueface. Now I already seen pictures of him through the dating app, and he literally looks like Blueface. So I'm gonna call him Baby Blueface, because I don't want to say Blueface throughout this whole like story time, and I don't want people to really think like I was talking to Blueface. Like, no, trust me, no. But he did look like Blueface, so we're gonna call him Baby Blueface. So I pull up, and my first impression was he's tall, he's very, very handsome, y'all. He was fine, like, he was fine. But I'm gonna get to why I see why he's on the dating apps and he can't get a girl. He was fine, he was tall, like, he got out the car, like, I think we hugged, and then like he opened the door for me, like, was a gentleman. I noticed he had like, he either had, because I can't remember, he either had sweats on or he had like short sweats and stuff. And at first I was like, why do you have like sweats on? Like, and I think he had like a crew neck sweater. Like, it was late, so even though it's hot in Houston, like towards the nighttime it gets a little cooler, but sometimes it still be hot. But he was just like, he basically was dressed like he just got out the bed. I'm like, why would he wear that to the concert? But I'm just like, whatever. So he holds the door for me. I get in the car, and so we're driving and stuff. He was cool. Like, conversation was good. Like, he was asking a lot of questions to get to know me, and I like that about men, because most men just talk about themselves, and they're very self-centered. Like, they don't know how to hold a conversation and actually get to know the woman that they want to date. So it was the fact that he was like asking me questions to get to know me, I really liked, and the conversation was cool. The conversation was good. On the way there, like, we're kind of talking about like dating and stuff, and I asked him, I'm like, what are you looking for? Because I ain't wasting no time. I feel like he didn't give me like a legit answer, but he basically told me what he was looking for. He had said something like, I just want to make sure I'm the only nigga like she fucking, because he was talking about like the girls out here, how they're always looking for a trick and they're always looking for the best dude. I'm thinking like, what? Clearly you're looking for friends with benefits. Like, that clearly just told me friends with benefits. Like, and he was like talking about me already. Like, he was like, you know I got the upper hand because, like, you know, I'm the first dude that you met out here, but like dudes be tricking on women. He was like insinuating like eventually I was gonna leave him and like choose up and pick a better dude and stuff. Like, I was just like, I don't think so. Like, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Like, we haven't even really, like, this isn't even really a real date. I'm like, I don't think I would and stuff. He even asked me, he's like, are you bougie? A lot of dudes, I'm gonna do a separate video dating in Houston. A lot of dudes kept on asking me that, are you bougie, are you bougie? But he was like, you don't seem bougie, you seem real cool, down to earth. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. We pull up to it's like a park. It's like an outdoor park that has, like, you know, like those outdoor parks that has like a stage and everything, and sometimes they have concerts. That's what it was. So we're walking and whatever, and we're trying to figure out, let me just say this. So we're walking and he's like, oh yeah, this is a free concert my mom told me about.
Free concert at the motherfucking DMV, man. I love y'all. Y'all know what the fuck going on. Hey. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, hold on.
What? Like, red flag number 2, that tells me, so the first red flag was he didn't have money for mini golf. The second red flag was he took me to a free concert. Like, what? And why would you even tell me it's a free concert? So I was like, oh, okay. So we're walking and we're trying to figure out where to go, and I was like, you lead. Like, you lead, I'll follow you. Like, you show me, because this is your city. Like, I don't live in Houston. I don't know where we're going, what we're doing. Like, you've been here before, you lead. And then he was like, yeah, I'll lead. Yeah, I'm a lead. And I'm just like, you trying to convince me or yourself? Like I just didn't get, that's what I noticed. It's just like, clearly I can tell he's not an alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Because alpha male would have grabbed my hand and would have just started walking. Not telling me, oh, you know, my mom told me about the free concert. And yeah, I'm going to lead. Like, so the concert's like a park, but it's like you have to go up this really, really, really like steep hill. And then once you go to like the top of the hill, you look down. And then that's where like the stage is and people and whatever. So we find like an area to sit down. Why did this man forget the blanket? I think he told me like once we got out the car, he's like, oh shoot, I forgot the blanket. I'm like, dang, you should have told me, because I would have brought a blanket. And that's the thing, like with men, like any man that is watching my videos, if you date a woman, just little like activities like that, please make sure you have the right necessities for certain dates. Because what if I had like a mini skirt and there was really no way for me to sit down? I have pulled up in like a little romper. I might do a little video of what I was wearing. I had a cute little romper or whatever, very cutesy, you know what I'm saying? I had braids or whatever. But so it was fine. But like, what if it was, I think the grass was just like a little wet, because in Houston it rains like a lot, like on and off. What if it was raining? Like, just make sure you have everything together, because now I'm sitting in semi-wet grass and that could just throw the vibe off, you know? So we find a spot, we sit down, and like I said, he said it was like a little picnic. So now I realize it's a free like concert. It was like some random artist. I'm thinking it's gonna be like, I don't know, it didn't have to be like an A-list celebrity concert, but I thought it was gonna be maybe like a D-list celebrity, Remy Ma.
Oh, and it's kind of like the times.
My pap.
I'm sorry?
My
I'm sorry,
dad, my man, my pap.
I don't know why I said Remy Ma, but like somebody that's like a D-list celebrity or like an old school celebrity, because they do that. Like a lot of celebrities go to Houston and they do like concerts and club appearances and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, dang, it could have been anybody, but it was like just a random artist. It was like an old artist too, like an old dude singing like an old school like. But like I said, I was just grateful to get out the house. So this is what he pulled out for the picnic, y'all. He pulled out some strawberries. So I'm like, okay, strawberries is cool. I love fruit. He pulled out some wine. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this is cool or whatever. Now, let me say, he would have been cool with just the strawberries and wine. I don't remember if I had ate that night. I think I did eat, so I wasn't too hungry. So I'm like, okay, we got the strawberries, we got the wine. Why did he pull out, like, you know, like those trays of crackers and cheese and salami that you would bring to like a work potluck? He brought one that was like half eaten. So like the only thing left was like some crackers and cheese. And I'm just like, okay. And then he pulled out like some Popeyes wings. I know it's really late for a picnic, but fellas, if you're gonna do a picnic, just do a sandwich, chips, hors d'oeuvres, fruit, and wine or a drink. That's it. He pulled out some Popeyes wings, but it wasn't like just like the regular wings. It was like the saucy wings. So by the time he like opened it up and stuff, like it was soggy. And I'm thinking like, this is it? Like, you would have just, like I said, you would have just been better off with some fruit and some wine. Like, you bring in like a half empty tray of crackers and cheese. Like, it was not giving. But like I said, I didn't really like eat much. Like, I think I had like a little glass of wine and some strawberries, and that was it. So I'm not gonna lie, conversation was real good. We weren't even focused on the artists or anybody around us. We were having good conversation. We were talking about, you know, he's from Houston, he's been living there all his life. Then we got to talk about music. Like, we both do music, so we had something in common. And then like he started asking me like some weird questions though. I was telling him like anytime like I would leave my house to go grocery shopping, I always cover up, because you know what I'm saying, I have a body and stuff like that. So he was like asking me questions about like my body, like insinuating he has not seen what my body looks like. He was like, oh really? So he's like, you get looks and stuff because of your body? Like, why do you think you get those looks and stuff? I'm like, because I got titties and ass. Like They're like, you have not looked, but he was like, I haven't looked at your body or anything like that. So, you know, I'm trying to like, you know, understand what you're saying and stuff. And I'm just thinking, boy, you see my body. But maybe he didn't. Because at this point it was dark and he's taller than me. So I don't know. But I feel like there was moments where I was walking in front of him to where he could see like I have body. But I was just telling him like, the old men out here just be like staring and don't care. Like, you will look at them dead at their face and they will just look at you. It's just uncomfortable. And I was just telling them like, I'm used to like younger men looking at my body or whatever, but older men, it's just real creepy and stuff like that. He was just like asking like weird questions. Maybe I shouldn't have said this on the first date, but we were talking about like relationships and exes, and I was just saying like my past experience. Like, I feel like my past partners weren't really, they never matched my freak. Like, I'm gonna just keep it real. They never matched my freak and stuff. And I feel like from there, he already had in his mind like, men put women in categories of, oh, I'm really gonna take her seriously, or oh, I'm just gonna fuck her. And I feel like from like that, I feel like he put me in like the friends with benefits thingy. And ladies, you're gonna have to just teach a man how you want them to treat you. So I shouldn't have said that, but I had said that, and we're gonna get more into the story, child. He was just like, what do you mean by that? And I didn't really get too much into detail, but I just said what I had said. I'm not gonna lie, we weren't really there for that long. I think we were there for like an hour and a half. And I'm thinking, y'all, since we weren't there that long, we were probably gonna get some food. It started to become really late, but I'm like, we can get an appetizer. Like, I thought we were gonna do something else, but he took me back home. Let me add, this man drives like a maniac. People from Houston drive crazy. So, you know, like in Houston, the traffic's really bad. So people that live in Houston, they like literally like cruise through traffic. Like, he was driving crazy. Like, he was just going through cars like this. Honestly, I should have told him like, hey, do you mind slowing down? But I just closed my eyes and wished for the best. Okay, so we get to my apartment and we're like sitting in the car, like kind of chilling or whatever. And this is where I can start to tell like he's kind of weird. So I'm getting ready to like go in my crib or whatever, and this man proceeds to say, I need to go to the bathroom. Like the typical nigga that's trying to get up in your crib, trying to see your apartment. And this is why, you guys, I should have never let that man pick me up. And if I should have just met him there, or I should have made him send me a car, because clearly he was trying to get in my crib. So then I don't say anything. Then he goes like, do you think I can pee on the side of like your apartment?
What? What did he say? What?
What? Like what? Like what? Now the person today would have said, yeah, go ahead, I'll watch out for people, go ahead and pee on the side. Mind you guys, my apartment complex, like the side of my apartment is literally more apartments, and it's like a whole parking lot and a walkway. Like why would you pee on the side? It's not really, it is the side of my apartment, but there's more apartments and people can see you pee. Like, it was his way of trying to get up in my crib, y'all. And like I said, the me today would have been like, no, there's a restaurant 3 minutes away, you can go to that bathroom. Like, I don't play no games nowadays, but I was just like, you can come inside and go to the bathroom. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Now, I shouldn't have done that, but I did, y'all. It is what it is. Do not judge me in this story time. Please don't. He comes in, he goes to the bathroom, he comes out, and he's kind of like looking around and stuff. He was like, I like your place and stuff. And I was like, thank you. Honestly, we had good chemistry. He was really cute. He had a nice car, and it seemed like he had his shit together. So, you know, I really did not want the night to end. So I was like, you want to watch a movie? He was like, yeah. We watched like about like 3 movies, and I'm not gonna lie, he tried to make a move on me like a few times, but I kind of just like brushed it off a little bit. And like that was that. I'm not gonna lie, we picked some good movies. Like, I was into the movies. I don't know about him, he clearly wasn't, but I was into the movies. So I remember I had got up to go to the bathroom, and when I had came back, he was just like, and I'm looking like, are you okay? He was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, you sure? He was like, yeah, I'm good. And I was thinking, like, why is he acting weird? Like, what's wrong? I found out later I had a romper on, but it was like a romp. Like, I'll show you again the video of what I was wearing, and you see like how my legs and stuff was out. So when I had got up, sometimes my romper like rides up a little bit, so I like have to pick my wedgie or whatever. So I like pick my wedgie, and he just seen like a little bit of my ass cheeks or whatever. So he was just like, I guess, getting horny or whatever, and trying to like contain himself. I don't know. That's why he was just like sweating. I'm like, dude, it's not that serious. I don't got the biggest ass in the world. I know I got ass, but I'm like, it ain't that big for you to be acting like that. I forgot to add too, like, when we were watching movies and stuff like that, he was trying to make a move on me. He was like, oh, I'm just making sure we're not having sex, right? I'm like, yeah, we're not. He was like, oh, okay, I'm just making sure. Like, dude, what you think this is? At this point, go ahead and leave, because clearly that's all you was trying to do. Like, why would you even ask me that? Like, what? So we're done with like the third movie. I look at the time. It's like, it's literally like 2, I think it's like 1:30, almost 2 a.m. in the morning. He was like, dang, I got a long drive back. And I kind of felt bad because I made him drive all the way to me. Then we drove all the way to the little concert. Then he drove me back just to like send him like driving all the way back home. Now me, I should have said I don't give a fuck, leave. But I was like, you can stay the night. I think, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I just moved to Houston. This was my first crib ever, like being alone. This is my first time inviting a guy over my crib. I just got out of a relationship. I'm not gonna lie, I was still hurt about my relationship. And I was just like, you know what? I'm single, whatever. So he did ask me, he was like, you want me on the couch? I told him, you can sleep in the bed with me, because I wanted to be able to watch him, like, just in case anything happened. He gave me a little bit of weird vibes, but not like creepy weird vibes, like he was gonna do something to me. He gave me weird, like, oh, he's just like a little weirdo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna add this in, and I also didn't want him to try and kind of like sneak in my room to try and like make a move on me and stuff. Like, I didn't want him to like knock on my door at any given time, or to leave my crib, like leave the door unlocked. Like, I wanted to be able to like watch him like for the whole night. So yeah, we're sleeping in the bed or whatever, and I was pretty much awake the whole time. Like, my eyes were closed, but I was awake the whole time. I'm not gonna lie, he tried to make a few moves on me, and it never really like got all the way there. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, he was like poking me. If y'all know what I mean by he was poking me, like he was poking me, and I was just like, dude, at this point in my head I was like, you need to go, because if you're gonna be poking me, like, you're not getting nothing. Like, you're not getting nothing. Stop poking me. So anyways, he was like, sorry, you know what I'm saying, I just be getting hard. And I'm just like,
hey, ain't nobody trying to hear that bull.
So he wakes up early and he heads out. He leaves. Around this time we would like talk like twice a week and stuff. He never really like text me. Like, we would just like talk on the phone a little bit. So that was another red flag, because I don't expect to talk to you every single day. But the fact that you just call twice a week, and I don't know for sure if we're even really gonna talk, that lets me know you probably have like a whole situation. You probably have a girlfriend, and I'm just not trying to date nobody that barely talks to me. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, we get on the phone and we talk and stuff, and we're just talking about our day and stuff, what we like about each other. And I asked him, like, what you do, like, what do you do for a living or whatever. And he says, oh, this was around the summertime. So he goes, oh, like, I'm a summer camp like staff member. So, you know, like some like community programs have like summer camp, and they have like the camp leaders and staff. That's what he was. And I was thinking, like, I remember when I used to be in like those programs like a long time ago when I was younger, and that's just like such a like a old job, like but Houston, I feel like Houston's like always like 2-3 steps behind, but it's just like kind of like right behind you when it comes to like certain stuff. Because I'm like, y'all still do like summer camp like stuff, but I guess they do, you know what I'm saying? That just seemed like a old school old job, you know what I'm saying? And they don't really make that much money, and the minimum wage here is you know. So I'm just like, maybe that's why he broke and he ain't got no money. Because that's not really like a career job, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. A nigga could be like a security officer, he could something. you could still make a career out of being like a security officer, but like a summer camp staff, like what? Okay, whatever. So we're talking on the phone or whatever, and we're talking about planning our second date. So he was like, you know, I told you last time, you know what I'm saying, my money wasn't really right. Something came up to where we couldn't go mini golfing. Let's go mini golfing this time. Because he was like, I'm gonna show you around Houston and stuff. Like, I love to go out on dates. I like to do stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna give him a second chance this second date, because I feel like the first date wasn't really a date. We literally just kicked it at a park. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you had a half-used tray of crackers and cheese and some Popeye wings. Like, ciao, bye. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to really like take me out and show me a good time. There's also a mini golfing place close to me, so I was like, hey, we can go here, because I was thinking it's just closer to me, and like I don't want him driving like super far, because he was gonna come and get me again. So I'm like, maybe he don't have to do too much driving, he can come to me. So he was like, okay, I'll look into it. So I looked up the place he was talking about. It was just far, you know what I'm saying? I think we got on the phone like a few days later, and he was just like literally before we're gonna go out on our date, he was just like, oh yeah, I looked at the mini golfing place you was talking about, and I was looking at the prices, and it's a little expensive, so let's just go to like the place I said.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm thinking, ugh, like, so unattractive. Like, another red flag. Like, that's the thing, if it was too expensive, don't tell me that. He could have easily said like, hey, let's just go to the place I suggested. I know you haven't been there yet, because I already been to the mini golfing place close to me, and I told him that. But he could have been like, you know, I know you already been to this mini golf place, let's check out this place, I feel like you'll really like it. You didn't have to say, ugh, the price. And the price difference wasn't even much. It was a $5 difference, and you're literally going to have to pay that anyways for the extra gas you're gonna have to put in your car, because the place he chose was a lot further from me. And I feel like you get more bang for your buck the place that was closest to me. Honestly, they're both nice places though. Like, the place he took me was nice. They were both nice places. They were both cool places, but I feel like you could have get more bang for your buck. The place I chose is outdoors, and the place he chose was indoors. So yeah, then I'm like, another red flag. He broke. Like, he already complained about the prices. So he picks me up, and then this time he picks me up and we were in the car. It was a little awkward. Like, this second date did not go well. Like, when he picks me up, he's like wearing like something casual again. Like, he was always in like some like sweats or some like short sweats. I'm like, dude, can you like, you know, dress nice or something? You're always in some sweats or something. Like, what? This is a date. So he picks me up, and then like we talk in the car for a little bit, and then he just turns up the music. I feel like I was kind of talking too much, but I feel like that was the vibe from our last date. We were talking, like, we like to talk while we're on our way to the date, but I just kind of shut up, and I was like, all right, we just gonna vibe to the music or whatever. I don't know if this was like on our way to our date or on our way after our date, but he had said something which insinuated this man is hypersexual, and clearly he just wants sex from me. They all do though. I'm not dumb. I know most men you date are just gonna want to sleep with you, but don't make it so obvious, dude. Like, at least get to the third date and then show your true colors. But men in Houston, they don't waste no time. They're gonna show you their true colors right then and there, I promise you. But I like that, because I can, you know, see if I want to deal with you or not. So he was like, oh, like, you know, like, what's up with you? Like, you haven't even let me grab your ass or nothing. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, I don't even know you like that. I was like, this is literally our second date. I'm still getting to know you. Like, I don't know if he meant like I'm an affectionate person and you're kind of like standoffish, but I don't know you. And I'm not standoffish. I'm an affectionate person too. I'm very clingy if I'm like in love. But it's just like, I don't even know you, so why do you think I'll let you just grab my ass? Like, what? So we get there, and the lady's like, do you guys want to play 1 game or 3 games? She was like explaining to us everything. And I'm just thinking, I don't even know why she explained to us everything, because the way he done pulled up and stuff, I can tell he's been here many times, and he's took women out to, you know, this mini golfing place many times. So I let him choose. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, let's just play 1 game.
Ooh, you not my type of little shit.
1 game? And at this point, I don't think we even made plans after this. And we would always, like, our days would always be like late. Like, they would always be at least like at 7 p.m. or 8. And I'm just thinking, what the heck? Like, why aren't our dates planned earlier so we can do an activity and get food? Like, with him, it was never like both, unless like I insinuated let's go. It was like he could only afford for either like the activity or just food. He could never afford for both. Oh, so embarrassing, child. And I was 26 at this time. Like, I don't have time to deal with this. I need a man that got his shit together, so it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And in my past relationship and experience, niggas had that money. Like, I never had to worry about, oh, let me just not act like I'm needy and stuff like that, and let me just pick one or the other. Like, no, we should be able to do both. Like, what? But like with this like mini golfing place, they didn't let you play 1 game, 2 games, or 3 games. It was either 1 or 3 games. So he was like, let's just play 1. And I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, this dude is broke. But again, you guys, I was starting to talk to other dudes, but like he was like the only one that was like trying to get out and do stuff. So I'm like, I didn't really like see like no future with him, but I was like, he's honestly the only dude right now trying to take me out and explore. So I just take whatever I can get right now so I can really explore Houston. Because when I tell you I was really trying to explore the roads more, the areas, the different areas. And so I was just like, I'm gonna just go with it. So we get up in there and he shows me around the place. The place is like a mini golfing place. It has 3 levels, and then it has like a different bar in each level. And it was nice. Like, it was cool. It was nice and stuff. You could order food, drinks. Like, it was a nice little spot. I actually have it in one of my vlogs, like me going out on the date and stuff like that. So the day was cool. I mean, we only played 1 game. I mean, it took a little longer because like obviously there was people in front of us and it's kind of like a line and stuff. So it was cool or whatever. So we're playing the game and I was like, let's bet on something. I don't know, I just do it, you know, just to be fun or whatever. This dude, so I'm trying to think of a bet. I can't find like what I, you know, want him to do. Now most girls would be like, I want you to buy me a Chanel purse, or I want you to do this. I don't really do any of that. I'd be really like testing the waters when I first date a dude, depending on like how he carries himself. If you leave with your money, then of course I'll ask for something like that. Maybe I won't, I don't know. But if you don't leave with your money, and clearly he was coming off as he was broke, I don't want to do any of that. So I didn't know what to ask him. He was like, oh, I got one. I was like, what? He was like, the winner has to pay for drinks. At first I was like, okay, but I'm like, that's all he really wants to bet? He don't want to bet on anything else? But then I'm thinking about, it makes sense, you're a broke ass nigga. Like, it makes sense, you're broke, so of course you're gonna use that bet because you paid for us to do mini golfing. You only paid for 1 game for mini golfing, and you don't want to pay for the drinks. Like I said, you guys, he was broke. Like, he could never pay for both. He could never pay for the activity and food. Like, it was either one or he could, you know, pay for it. So I just said, okay. I was like, okay, whatever. Of course the man wins. Because like I said, it seemed like he's been there multiple times before. That definitely wasn't his first time being there, so of course he wins. So I'm like, okay, honestly, I was kind of a little irritated because it's just like, you're trying to court me, like, why am I paying for the drinks? And this is literally our second date, and the first date you didn't really pay for anything. You bought some scraps of leftover stuff for a picnic and the concert was free. So I'm thinking, this is your first time actually really taking me on a date. You should be paying for everything. But I was like, it's cool. I looked and seen there was like a Chili's close, so I was like, let's just go to Chili's and get some drinks. He was like, okay, cool. I'm just add this in. He had mentioned, like, at first he thought I was bougie, but he was like, when we got on the phone later, he was like, you're actually hella cool down to earth, because no girl like that's like bougie and stuff like that would like want to go to Chili's and stuff like that. So, you know, and I'm just thinking, the only reason why I wanted to go to Chili's is because you act like you couldn't afford anything else. And I never been to Chili's. Like, just because I'm really chill and down to earth does not mean give me the bare minimum, or that does not mean I don't like the finer things and like to be taken out to the high end, you know, places for a date. Like, I don't like when men do that. Like, when men see me, they think I'm like real bougie and stuff, and when they get to know me and see I'm like really chilling down to earth, they think that like these dates he's taking me out on, or like, is what sets the standard, if that makes sense. Like, no, I like the finer things too. Like, I like a trick. Like, I like a nigga to spend money too. Like, don't get it confused just because I'm cool and down to earth. And I gave him a pass because I just moved out here and I was really just trying to find someone to like show me around, you know? So we get to Chili's, we order some drinks, and like, I'm just like turned off kind of by the date. Like, dang, this dude is really broke. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? So we're like chilling and stuff. He orders himself like a beer or whatever. I order myself like a little cute little fruity drink or whatever, and we're just kind of like talking. But he's like acting weird. Like, he was acting weird throughout the whole date, but I just thought the vibe was just off because maybe it was just off. I don't know. But he's like looking real fidgety, and he's just like looking around and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I just can't wait until this day is over, because what? I even have a clip. I might put a clip. Like, he like grabbed, he kept on like looking at his phone and like putting his phone down and stuff like that, and I'm just like, what is going on? When we got there, like I said, I was hungry. Like, we keep on going out like 7, 8. Like, I'm hungry. I'm not always gonna have food at the house, or I'm not gonna like rush to eat before I see you. Like, no. So I order myself like the appetizer because I always wanted to try the appetizer, and I'm like, might as well, I'm paying for the drinks, like I'm about to order me some food. I didn't want like a big meal, but I was like, I'll get some appetizers. Why this dude eating off of my appetizers? But I had asked him, like, when we first got there, I was like, are you hungry? He was like, no, not really. But when the appetizer came, he was definitely eating off of my plate. So I'm just like, you're really trying to starve yourself because you ain't got no money? Like, that's just crazy. Like, and it's just like, you men aren't embarrassed.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Like, and this is the thing too, like when we were talking and stuff, he was like, from now on, I'm only dating bad bitches. I'm only dating girls that got their shit together, that got a crib and all this extra stuff. So you're only dating bad bitches, but you're broke and you can't even really pay for dates. Like, you're not embarrassed? Like, I don't get some of these men. Like, you're not embarrassed? Like the old me would just let shit slide and stuff. But 2025, I'm telling you broke ass niggas about yourself. I'm telling you men about yourself. If you ain't got the money, you should not be dating. Like, period. You should not be dating. And you think you deserve a bad bitch, and you can't even pay for dates. So what happens when she wants her nails done? She wants you to trick on her. She wants you to take her out, and you ain't got the money. Like, what? You need to date in your league, and you need to date like just a chill girl that goes to the park and read books or something. That's just grateful to just link, because I'm not one of them. But again, I'm just like peeping everything. You know what I'm saying? We're chilling or whatever. He gets a call. So he picks up the phone. And he's like,
Hello? Yo. Like, what's up? Okay, I'll call you later. Like, don't worry about it. I'll call you later. Like, what, you want me to, like, stay on the phone with you all night? Like, I'll call you later. Bye.
So when he was on the phone, I'm like, because at first I'm like, why are you even answering the phone? But I'm like, maybe it's like a homeboy or it's a family member. But when I'm listening to him, I'm like looking to the side or whatever. But then I'm like, oh, no. When you're with me, you need to give me all your time. Don't answer the phone with another bitch. Like, that's disrespectful. Especially if you're trying to get some pussy out of me. Because clearly that's all you want. Especially if you're trying to get some pussy out of me. You think I'm really going to I'm not going to give you pussy at all. But you think I'm going to give you pussy and you're on the phone with another bitch? It clearly sounded like that was his girlfriend, to be honest. I'm like, in my head, this nigga got a whole girlfriend trying to take me out and it's broke. Like, maybe that's why he's broke. Because he spent all the money on a girlfriend and ain't got no money for me. And I've never been in a situation like this. Actually, I have. He reminded me of somebody and I couldn't put my finger on it until like I put 2 and 2 together. And the person he reminded me of was someone that like was married. Like, but I'm doing that story time later on. But I'm like, looking back, it made sense on why like they both reminded me of each other, is because they were both fucking liars and cheaters. So he gets off the phone and I'm looking dead at him. I was like, who is that? Because now you're pissing me off. You felt bold enough to answer the phone in front of me, so now you need to be bold enough to tell me who the fuck that is and what the fuck is going on. So he was like, oh, that's nobody, you know what I'm saying, and da 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 da. And I was just like, Okay. At that point, I just got awkward and I was just like not really saying anything. And he got awkward too and he barely said anything. So we kind of conversated but kind of didn't. So the bill comes and I'm thinking like, I'm still thinking there's hope he's going to cover it. I don't know why, y'all. I was being so dumb. But he doesn't, so I pay for it. That made me even more mad because it's like, you're making me pay for the drinks and the food you didn't ate off of. And you had the nerve to answer the phone for a bitch. And clearly that's your girlfriend. So at this point, I'm like, take me home. I'm just done. So we get up in the car. He's on the way. We're on the way home. And he tells me, he was like, oh, well, I just want to be honest with you. I want to let you know, like, that's a coworker. He's like, that's a coworker. I'm not going to lie. That's someone I used to talk to. And like I said, he's like a summer camp staff member. He was saying that she works at the same job he does. And basically, they both applied to be like a supervisor or a manager. And she got the position and he didn't. So now she's higher up than him. And he just can't see himself like really fucking with her because he can never be with a girl that's like in a higher position than him, giving him orders. Like, it's just awkward and weird for him. But he was like, oh yeah, she was just calling me trying to smoke and shit, and I'm just not trying to do that. Like, he's like, I want you to know I really fuck with you and I really like want to see where this goes. Like, I want you to know like I'm really just focused on you. I'm like, oh, okay, oh, all right.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, what's up, shut up.
I didn't believe that nigga at all. And from there, I was pretty much gonna cut him off. But I was just like, whatever, let me just like agree or whatever so he can take me home. So he takes me home and I think like we watched one movie and that was that. You know, like I said, we would talk on the phone like twice a week or whatever. Now it's still like twice a week and stuff. And he was just saying like he wants me to put more effort into calling him because I wouldn't call him. Like, we gonna speak when you reach out to me, like, you know. So we get on the phone and everything and I just had to ask him again. I'm like, so what are you looking for again? I'm looking for a girl I can kick it with and this and this and hang out with and And I was saying like, I don't really think we're on the same page. I'm not trying to hop into a relationship, but I feel like I want to date someone where it leads into a relationship. Like, I'm not trying to waste my time. What are we doing? And basically he told me, he was like, you know, I don't think like financially I'm in the position to like have a girlfriend. He's like, I want to be financially stable and have my money right before I get a girlfriend. So I'm like, so why are you even dating right now? Period! I just had to say it. Like, I just had to be right. I was like, why are you even dating right now if your money's not right? He was like, well, because I'm really looking for a connection. Like, it's so funny. Like, when you ask dudes what they're looking for, like, the explanations they give you is, like, crazy. He's trying to make it sound deep. I'm really looking for a connection, like, really connecting with someone, really getting to know someone. Nigga, you're broke. You should be connecting to get a better career job. That's what you should be trying to connect. You should be trying to make connections and that work. You're not trying to make a connection because you're fucking broke. So I was turned off. I wasn't taking him serious anymore. He was just a nigga that was kind of like taking me out on dates, and I was like exploring Houston a little bit with him. So I just took it for what it was, and I was pretty much done with him. So me and him were still kind of like talking, but like it slowly kind of like slowed down. 'Cause I think from like our first like interaction and stuff, how he was trying to make a move on me and stuff like that, and I let him spend a night, I feel like he felt like he had a chance to really get in, trying to get some pussy, but it was not happening. And I really felt like that first time was really like a mistake. Like, it really shouldn't have happened. So like I feel like I had to like set boundaries and stuff to let him know, like, even though like our first link, like it happened that way, you're not getting it, like you know. So around this time, I'm still trying to get my place together, and you know, I'm like building stuff. So I got a package to like build my TV stand, and I'm thinking, let's make this nigga useful. Like, you're trying to get some pussy, you're trying to see what's up with me, and you're broke. Like, let's just see if you can build something. Let's see if you could just help me build something. I asked him, I was like, hey, do you think you can come over and help me build something? He was like, yeah, I can help you. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, I mean, he was like, I can come after work. I kind of felt bad and stuff. So I was like, you know, I'll cook us dinner and you like build or whatever. He was like, okay, cool. He comes over, whatever, and I'm already starting on dinner and stuff. So I told him, I was like, you know, there's the package over there. Like, I had the TV, I had music. Like, I try to make it as comfortable and chill as it could be. You know what I'm saying? It's not a late night after a date. You know what I'm saying? We're really just kicking it and vibing. He comes in, and so at this point, I'm just like, we kind of hug and stuff. And that's another thing. He was, when he was complaining about him not touching my butt, that's why I could tell he was hypersexual and he clearly only wanted sex, because he wasn't even really that affectionate. Like, anytime he would try and make a move on me, it was barely like a kiss. We never really kissed a lot. Like, it was like him like trying to be on my body. Like, it was never like a very like affectionate, sensual like type stuff, you know what I'm saying? It was always just like trying to grab my ass or trying to like kiss up on my thighs or trying to kiss my neck. It was never like, you know. So when he gets up in there, I tell him, I was like, there's the package over there. So I was like, let me know if you need help. Baby, get straight to work. I don't got time because I'm cooking and you're the man. So, and I wanted to see too, even though I was done with him, I wanted to see if he could bring value in my life. Like, if you trying to fuck with me and you want to stay in my life or whatever, I need to see if you can bring value. You're a man. Like, can you help me build something? Can you help me with my car? Like, having men around in your life and they do absolutely nothing for you makes no sense. This is why I don't have any guy friends. All of my guy friends are my family. They're literally my cousins. They bring value in my life and they're my cousins. So any man that's coming in my life, you have to bring value in my life some kind of way, especially if you want to be a friend, because I don't even really do friends. So it was just like a little test to see if he could build, and you know what I'm saying, maybe I'll keep him around just to be a friend. I let him do his thing. I'm focusing on cooking. So 15 minutes go by and he's like looking at the instructions. He goes, can you help me?
Turn this on. Turn it on.
What? Oh my gosh. This dude is pathetic. Like, what? Clearly he's just a pretty boy. Like, clearly you're just a pretty boy. Like, this dude. And I'm just thinking, like, you're not embarrassed. You're the most embarrassing nigga I've ever met. Like,
This is so humiliating.
you're broke. You don't really have a career job. And the nigga was talking about he was trying to be a rapper. Like, you're trying to be a rapper. And I don't want to talk down on people's jobs and shit, because I'm not perfect. I worked many jobs. I worked at a Potbelly sandwich place. I worked at retail before. I worked security. But at the same time, you're a man, and like you said, you want to date bad bitches and shit like that, but you don't even have a career job. Like, you're broke, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you might have like a little boo thing, a little girlfriend. Like what? Like, bottom of the barrel. I should have known. Like, that's why you're on the dating apps, and you're a weirdo, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, first, let's just organize the pieces. Let's start there. So we're organizing the pieces or whatever. Now I'm cooking and building, because now I'm trying to cook whatever I was cooking and I'm running back to build, and I'm running back to the kitchen. Now you're making me do extra work, and that's why I called you, for you to do all the work and for me to cook. So now I'm just doing more work than I'm really supposed to. Now I'm really not finna fuck with you, because why would I bring a man in my life and I'm actually doing more work? What the fuck? So I lay out the easiest thing to build for him. I give him all the screws he needs to build this easy part, and I give him the instructions. So I see him like in my living room, like doing the screw or whatever, and he's just screwing the same 2 screws in the same area, and then like he's just on his phone. He's just on his phone like half the time. I'm like, yep, it's done with. Like, it's over. I'm never dealing with you after this. Like, what the fuck? But I was trying to be nice. I kind of felt bad for him, because it's just like, wow, you really aren't that nigga. Like, you're really not that nigga, and like, it's just embarrassing. Like, I was embarrassed for him. So then the dude gets up and tries to bother me in the kitchen, tries to rub up on my butt, tries to kiss up on me.
I ain't giving you no little, giving you no little kiss.
And stuff. And I'm just like, ugh, get out my face. Like, you're lucky I'm even cooking for you, and now you're trying to rub up on me. He was trying to rub up on my booty, and it was like the way he was trying to rub up on my booty, it wasn't just like a rub, it was like a caress in my cheek, trying to feel my pussy like grab. And I was just like, ugh, get up off me. I'm not even really feeling you. Like, because the thing is, yeah, you're attractive and stuff like that, but the thing is, like, you're broke, you don't have a career job, and you don't know how to build. So now I'm turned all the way off. I don't care if you look like a blue face or whatever. If you're fine, you're a major turn off. So anyways, I cook dinner, we eat dinner, we watch a movie, and then he leaves. So why I remember, like, when we were talking, he was like, oh, we should do like another sleepover. Like that's just cringe. Like that's what I mean. Like he was kind of weird. He was like, we should do another sleepover. Or like when we talk on the phone, he'd be like, hey,
Who is that lesbian man over there?
I'm just like, I need a real big dog alpha male.
In the spot, I came with the fellas.
I can't do these pretty boys. No, that's not my type of man.
Ooh, you not my type of little shit.
Hey, like I'm just like, what the fuck? Who am I talking to? Like, what? I need me a big dog, like a tall, dark-skinned, bearded, built man. And not him. He was like light-skinned. Like I said, he looked like Blueface. It was just like, we should do another sleepover. Like, and I'm just thinking, dude, you and like again, like he kept on trying to make moves on me and stuff like that. And like at one point, like he tried to make like a major move on me, and I just kind of was like, no. He was like, Sakara, I just want to let you know, like, I know, like, you're not trying to do any of that right now and stuff like that. I think he was saying like, let me at least get to second base. Like, I know I can't get to third base with you, but at least let me get to second base. For the people who know what I mean. Like,
you hungry as shit. You hungry as shit. You hungry as shit.
like, if you're not gonna let me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, no. No, I'm very selective. Trust me. Like, I already know what I got. I already know how I'm coming. I'm very selective. I'm good. Like, no. And it's just like, and you think I'm really gonna let you get to second base and you couldn't even build nothing and you was on your phone the whole time. So that was that. And then come to find out, I go back to look at his work and he screwed the wrong screws. I have to laugh at this point because it's just like, wow, I really dealt with this. It's just like, not only did you put the wrong screws in, now I have to undo your mistake and unscrew everything and build the whole thing by myself. So that's what I did. So he hit me up. I think he hit me up one day and I didn't answer. And then like I called him back. He was like, you should have answered. And I was like, what's going on? He was like, I was going to ask you out on a date, but you didn't answer. I was like, okay, my bad. So what's up? He was like, let's kick it. Like, you want to do something? I'm like, sure. So when we got on the phone, he was like, you know, you never come out my way. You never want to come and see me and stuff. That just means he was tired of driving my way and he didn't want to spend all that time and gas to drive my way. So he wanted me to come his way. So I was like, okay. He came to me like 3 times. So I was like, what? He was like, pull up on me. Like, we can like paint canvases. Like, we could do something real chill, real cool. I was like, okay. I haven't done, you know, the canvas, cute little date. Like, for effort that you're trying to be creative, knowing that you don't have a lot of money, but at the same time, I don't have to deal with this. I don't got time for this. I could just give me a dude that has money that can just show me around and take me around Houston. Like, he told me he lives with his parents. Now, let me say this. I don't knock anybody that lives with their parents because I lived with my parents until I was 26 years old, till I was able to get my own crib. You feel me? I will never knock anybody down. But at the same time, you're a man. I think he was like 28. You're 28 years old. You should have your own spot. Then you want to say, I only date bad bitches. We only dating bad bitches. We only dating bitches that got her own crib. But you don't got your own crib. Let's talk about it. I feel like us women can get away with that stuff more. But as a man, you should have your shit together. If I was a nigga, I'll be focused on the money. I'll be focused on getting money. Until I have money, I'm not fucking with no bitch. I'm getting my money up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me a nice car. I'm gonna get me a crib. Then I'm gonna date because I know I'm gonna have to spend that bread. You feel me? It's the fact that I'm sorry. I keep on going back to the list, but you're broke. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a career job. You know what I'm saying? And you live with your parents. Like, nah, I'm good. Anyways, he sends me the Addy. I pull up and the nigga's not even there yet. That's the thing that irritates me. Don't invite me over somewhere you're not even there. So I pull up to a house and I'm like, where the fuck do I park? So he was like, oh, are you there? I was like, yeah, I'm here. He's like, oh, my bad. I just stopped by the store. I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute. I'm like, what? So I drove off. I drove off because you don't know. People in Texas, you don't know if they're carrying. They looking at you like, what car is pulling up in the neighborhood? Who is this? So I just like pull off. So he pulls back to the house. Then I pull up again. And he was like, you want to go get some food? I'm like, yeah, cool. I hop in his car. And honestly, you know, he was like, we can go anywhere. But for some reason, I really wasn't that hungry. But I was like, just take me to Wendy's. Like, I'll just give me some nuggets or whatever. But he was like, we can go any place you want. But like where he lived, I didn't really see like a lot of restaurants or like good places to eat. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't finna stay long. So I was just like, and I didn't know like if his parents were there. Like I didn't know what the situation was. So I was like, I'm gonna just give me some nuggets and whatever. He didn't even get any food, but he bought me some food. And we get in there and I like meet some lady. I'm assuming it was his mom. Come to find out that was his stepmom. I did not meet the dad. So like we go to his place. And it's like a house, but like upstairs is like, I guess his area. It's like a living room area. It's like a TV, and then there's like a bathroom and a bedroom. So I guess that's like his little area. It's a cool little area too. Like it's a cool little area. He got his own little living room. It's like a cooler place, but it's like open space. So his stepmom was like in the kitchen, but later on she was like cooking and stuff like that. Remember I told you he said we was gonna do canvases? So he was like, when he pulled up, he was like, oh, I couldn't find any canvases, so I just have like these card games. You want to play some card games? I'm like, yeah. What else am I gonna say? I'm already here. So that's another thing. He kept on like saying we were gonna do one thing and doing another, because I felt like he didn't have money, or like, what? Like, why would you tell me we were gonna do canvases and now we're just playing card games? Like, I pulled up on you 30 minutes deep just to play some card games. There was like a little table. We're just sitting on the table playing card games, getting to know each other. It was cool. Like, it was cool. Like, it was cool, but that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to be on. Like, I'm trying to go to all the hot Houston brunch places, all the hot Houston food places. I'm trying to go to the food trucks. I'm trying to go to the aquariums. I'm trying to go to the rodeo. Like, I'm trying to go to the football games. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go to the concerts. I'm not trying to go to Chili's or like pull up at your crib or like go to like a free concert. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ugh, I just felt like he was just the wrong nigga to like explore Houston with. He was just the wrong nigga. Yeah, he was just the wrong nigga. I should have cut him off a long time ago, but I didn't. So we're chilling, playing card games, and then eventually we sit on the couch and we're kicking it for a little bit. And that was that. So I was ready to leave, but I couldn't leave earlier because it started raining. It be randomly storming in Houston, so it like started raining. Why was there like a leak on the ceiling? And he already knew what time it was, because like he just grabbed like a bucket and just put it right there, and then the water started going in the bucket. I don't judge. It is what it is. It's probably an old house, whatever. So we're sitting on the couch. We were watching the Olympics and stuff like that. It was cool. Like, it was cool. Like, but it's not really what I was trying to like be on, if that makes sense. Once the rain stopped, I was like, okay, I'm gonna head out soon and stuff. Why? I'm like standing up because I'm like slowly like getting ready to leave. Why does this dude get on his knees, tries to like start kissing my stomach, like out of nowhere? Like, I'm standing up, I don't know, he gets on his knees and like kind of like lifts up my shirt and starts like holding me and like trying to kiss up on my stomach. And I'm just thinking like, whoa, whoa, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not trying to be on spicy time with you.
You some freaky ass nigga.
So he's like, it's my stomach, and then he tries to lift up my shirt to suck on my titties.
Get your freaky ass on.
So he tries lifting up my shirt. Meanwhile, his stepmama's in the kitchen cooking.
Don't come over here with this that freaky ass, sick ass shit, your little freaky ass.
I don't know what type of freaky deaky stuff you on, but I'm not into that type of stuff. And I don't even really know you like that to try and do like a little 1-2 while your family's like down there or whatever. Let's just do a little 1-2, like what, to make it spontaneous and shit. No, especially because this is my first time pulling up. And if you was trying to, why did you just take me in a room to do that? Like, why are you trying to do it all out in the open? You feel me? So he's trying to lift my shirt up, and I was just like, no, like, her mom is down there. He was like, okay. I'm just like, it's time for me to go. Like, what? Because it made me feel uncomfortable. So anyways, I leave. I say bye to the lady, and then I give him a hug, and like we say bye. And that's the whole thing. You want me to come your way so bad, knowing that you live with your parents and you're on spicy time. You could have just pulled up to my crib if you was trying to be on spicy time. Who's to say I was even gonna let you leave in, you know what I'm saying, be on spicy time with me if you came back over? But I'm just saying, why are you, oh, you never come to see me, you never come out my way just to try and be on spicy time, knowing that you live with your parents. And I'm not trying to do none of that spontaneous freaky deaky shit. All right, y'all, the story time is almost over. I know it was just, I could have like separated these story times into two, but I like to just get it all out there and just let y'all know everything. So boom, that was that. Honestly, after that, I was just pretty much done with him. Like, I was just pretty much done with him. So the communication basically stopped. So I went back home for my birthday, and like when I get off at the airport, I get a call from him. I missed the call, so I call back. He don't answer, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm back home. It's, you know what I'm saying, I'm here, I'm ready to see my family, my friends. I'm not worried about you. Like when he had called me, he texted me, he's like, call me back. So it sounded like urgent. So when I called me, he didn't answer. I'm like, boy, get out of here. So he calls me later, like when I'm like back at home in my old room just chilling, and he was just like, hey,
Who is that lesbian man over there?
because I told you he'd be like, hey. So we were talking for a little bit, and I was just like, he actually called me on my birthday. Actually, he was like, what are you doing? I was like, it's my birthday, I'm back home. He was like, oh, happy birthday and stuff like that. He was like, you know, like when you get back to Houston, I want to take you out for your birthday. And I'm just thinking, I'm just not, like in my head, I'm just not trying to go out with you. You're already broke. I don't deserve to be with a broke nigga that wants to take me out and take me, what are we gonna take me to the Cheesecake Factory? Like, no. He was like, what are you doing for your birthday? I was like, oh, well, me and my family are gonna go to the steakhouse and stuff. He was like, oh, he was like, you know, my birthday is, his birthday was like the next month or something, or in the next few weeks. He was like, my birthday is next few weeks. I would love to go to the steakhouse for my birthday. And nigga, I'm not taking you. I don't know if he wanted me to say, oh, well, you know what I'm saying, when I get out there, like, I could take you for your birthday and we can go to the steakhouse. Never. So I was just like, uh-huh, yeah. He was like, all right, well, I'm gonna let you enjoy your birthday. Just hit me up when you touch back down. Like, let's do something for your birthday. Let's kick it. I was like, okay. And from there, y'all, I never spoke to that man again. But I was just uninterested. Like, I feel like I gave him a million chances. You know what I'm saying? So I just blocked him. Like, when I block people, I'm able to see the messages on, I have two laptops. On my old laptop, so I seen he like text me, but I ignored it. I think once he realized he was blocked or whatever, he like found my Instagram and like messaged me and was like, hey. And my whole thing is, if you knew we were like dating and we were talking for a little bit, and then like I just like kind of ghost you, why would you go out of your way to find my Instagram to message me? And it's like, if you sent me hey and I didn't respond to hey, first of all, why would you go on my Instagram and not even follow me to get my attention? Because if you don't follow me and you just send me a message, it goes into like request messages. So there isn't even a high chance I'll be able to see your message, for two. And for three, why would you just send me a hey? Like, what you think a hey is gonna get you? Like, you could at least say, hey, like, I noticed, like, did you block me? Like, I would love to talk over dinner, or let me take you out. Like, what's up with you? Something. You think I'm gonna respond to a hey? So I never responded. So that was my story time, dating a broke man. Never again. And like, I didn't really like make this known, but he was just too hypersexual to like, okay, I get it. Like, I get it. Clearly you're making the signs. Obviously you're not gonna flat out tell me, but I'm clearly, the signs are bright as day that you just want to be friends with benefits. But it's just like too hypersexual. It turned me off. Like, please do not be hypersexual with me. It's a major turn off and you will get nothing out of me. Too hypersexual. And it's even more of a turn off is you're hypersexual, but you're hypersexual and you're broke. Like, freaky bum. Like you're a whole freaky bum. Like, get your money up. Like, stop trying to worry about some pussy and get your money up. You feel me? So you're broke. You don't have a career job. you're hypersexual, and your communication was trash. Like, his communication was trash. Like, how do you think I'm really gonna want to fuck with you and you call me once a week and don't text me at all? Like, let's be realistic. Like, sometimes you men really gotta really learn women. Like, we love consistency. You hitting me, you call me one time once a week. I don't know what you got going on. For all I know, you could be in a full-blown relationship and you're calling me once a week and taking me out on dates here and there, and you think I'm gonna believe you're not fucking with someone else. Like, what? Like, yeah, y'all. So I had to get that story time off my chest, baby. When I tell you, I was just thinking about it. Like, I really was fucking with this broke ass nigga. Like, that is just crazy. It will never, ever in a million years happen ever again. I hope you guys like this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.